Hello, welcome to my video and my vlog. In this time, I'm going to talk about what happened tonight on Leagues Cup 2024, day 15, where today were played the rest of the round of 22 games, where we have the 10 games played, the day with most game played in this tournament, and finally we had the 16 teams that qualified to the round of 16. So the Cincinnati tied 1-1 against Santos Laguna, but Cincinnati won the game 6-5 in penalty shootout and they qualify to the knockout 16 to the round of 16. Columbus group didn't have any problem and defeated 4-0 Kansas City to advance to the next round. Mazatlán defeated 2-1 DC and qualified to the next round. New York City they tied 1-1 against New England, and New York City won 7-6 in the penalty shootout. Cruz Azul haven't won in this competition, neither the last year, but and this was the third consecutive game that Cruz Azul tied, but they won this game in penalty shootout 5-4 to advance to the round of 16. Philadelphia didn't have any problem defeated 2-0 Montréal. San Luis, in my opinion, did a surprising defeat 3-1 Portland to advance to the next round. Toluca suffered more than was expected. They tied 2-2 against Houston Dynamo, but won 5-4 in the penalty shootout. Juarez unfortunately lost 2-3 against Colorado Rapids, where Juarez had the opportunity to tie 2 times in the last minutes of the game, but they couldn't, and they were eliminated. And América defeated 2-1 Atlas to advance to the next round. So let's talk about a little more about this game. Let's start with the Cincinnati one, Santos one. This game, the two goals were scored in the first 11 minutes of the game, whereby surprise over everyone. Santos started to win in the game, but in the -5, Anthony Lozano scored the first goal of the game, but 6 minutes later, Luca Orellano tied the game, and since that moment, Cincinnati was better team. They were attacking more, but they couldn't score any goal, and in the end, the game finished 1-1, and the game was forced a penalty shootout. The perfect history to Santos Laguna, but unfortunately, Cincinnati was better in the penalty shootouts. They won it 6-5, and they advanced to the round of 16. And unfortunately, Santos Laguna was eliminated. In the second game of the day, Columbus Crew didn't have any problem and won 4-0 Sporting Kansas City. Columbus Crew was the best team in all the game, but unfortunately they couldn't reflect its dominance in the first half, where they just were winning 1-0 in the halftime. But in the second half, the Columbus Crew scored 3 goals to close the game, won it, and to qualify to the round of 16. In the third game of the day, Mazatlán defeated 2-1 the DC United. About this game, Mazatlán was the best team, to be honest. Mazatlán were attacking more, but of course, because they have one advantage, that is the -27. DC United played with one less man, with 10 men, and this Mazatlán took advantage because in a lapse of 10 minutes in the first half, they scored 2 goals, and they were leading the game 2-0 in the halftime. In the second half, Mazatlán was attacking, but they couldn't close the game, and in the -74, DC United scored the only goal of the game for them. They put emotions to the game, but in the end, Mazatlán could handle the victory, and they got the victory. To be honest, Mazatlán should have won this game by 4 or 5 goal difference minimum, but they couldn't. But in the end, they won it, and they qualified to the round of 16. In another game, New England and New York City FC tied 1-1, but New York City was better in the penalty shootout, where they won it 76. About this game, this game was close, but to be honest, this is a fair score because New York City was better than in New England, and they deserved to win this game in the regular time, but they couldn't. The 2 goals were scored in the first half in a lapse of 4 minutes, where the New York City started to winning where in the -35, Santiago Rodriguez scored the first goal of the game by a penalty, but 4 minutes later, Bobby Wood scored the qualifier, and in the halftime the game was tied 1-1. In the second half, how I told you, New York City was a little better than New England, but Revolution, but they couldn't reflect that dominance in the score, and the game finished 1-1 in the regular time, and was for a penalty shootout. In the penalty shootout, New York City were better. The players they scored 7 and they used a low 6 and they qualified to the knockout stage. In another game, Orlando City and Cruz Azul tied 0-0, but Cruz Azul was better in the penalty shootout. They won it for 5-4. About this game, to be honest, it was a very close and tough game for Cruz Azul because Cruz Azul was a little bit, in my opinion, that the Orlando City where they had more goal opportunities. Even Cruz Azul had the opportunity to win the game in the last minutes of the game. They had two goal opportunities in the last minutes of the game, but they couldn't score it. And Orlando City was a very great rival where Cruz Azul where Hawaii was better, they dominated the ball, but Orlando City provoked a lot of problems to Cruz Azul, especially in the defense side, where they had several goal opportunities to score it, but they couldn't. Cruz Azul, well, the game was forced to the penalty shootout, where Cruz Azul was better because they scored 5 goals and allowed just 4, where Kevin Mier, the Cruz Azul goalkeeper, was the MVP of this game because he stopped 2 penalties, the first one and the last one of the Orlando City, and that was enough to win the game. To be honest, I am very concerned about Cruz Azul because this is a 4 straight game. The Cruz Azul can win the game. In this tournament, Cruz Azul have tied the 3 games and they have won 2 in the penalty shootout and lost 1. So Cruz Azul need to start to seeing what is happening because the problem is the lack of goal. Let's see what Anselmi is gonna to do to fix this problem. In another game, Philadelphia defeated 2-0 Montreal. About this game, Philadelphia was better team. They didn't have any problem to win this game. Unfortunately for Philadelphia is that they have the control of the game, but they couldn't score more goals because the first goal was in the last minutes of the first half, where they were leading 1-0, and all the second half Philadelphia was better, where they were dominating the game, but always the game was in suspense because Montreal with 1 goal forced the penalty shootout, and the second goal was scored in the last minutes of the game, in the last play, in the minus 90 plus 6, where Taya Baribo scored his second goal, and that was enough to win the game 2-0 and qualify to the next round. In another game, San Luis defeated 3-1 Timbers. About this game was very close, to be honest, and the difference is that San Luis was more effective because they shoot 5 times to goal and they scored 3 times, and Timbers shot 5 times to goal and they just scored 1 time, and that was enough to win the game. The big difference it was in the last minutes because the first 2 goals of the game, San Luis started to winning when in the minor all the goals were scored in the second half, when in the first minutes of the game, in the last of 3 minutes, the both teams scored one goal each other, when San Luis started to win in the minus 51, when Cedric Teucher scored the first goal, but 3 minutes later Claudio Bravo scored the first goal for Timber and equalized the game. About the game was very close, to be honest. I thought that the game was going to be forced and overtime, but in the last minutes of the game, in the last of 4 minutes, San Luis scored 2 goals. That was enough to win the game and qualify to the knockout stage. Sorry, to the knockout system. In another game, Toluca tied 2-2 against Dynamo, but Toluca won it 5-4 in the penalty shootout. About this game, to be honest, Dynamo was better team than Toluca, but unfortunately for Dynamo is that they couldn't reflect that dominance in the score, and Toluca took advantage that they tied the game in the last minute of the game, in the last play of the game, and they forced the penalty and they won in the penalty shootout. To be honest, Toluca, how I told you, didn't play a very great football. If the soccer was fair, Dynamo should have won this game because they were a better team, but they couldn't reflect. How I told you, the Dynamo were leading the game 2-1 since the minus 62. By more than 30 minutes, they were qualified to the round of 16, but in the minus 90 plus 6 in the last play of the game, sorry, Edgar Lopez tied the game and forced the penalty shootout. In the penalty shootout, Toluca was better because they won a 5-4 and they qualified to the round of 16. In another game, Juarez unfortunately lost 2-3 against Colorado. This was a very great game where where Bravos were better, but they couldn't reflect that dominance in the game. Bravos started to win it when in the minute 18 Angel Sarvivar scored the first goal, and in that moment I thought the Bravos were gonna to win this game easily. But 10 minutes later, Colorado tied the game when Jonathan Lewis scored the first goal for Colorado, and the game was tied 1-1 in the half time. The big difference is that Bravos didn't start very well the game, but in the first 50 minutes of the second half, Colorado scored 2 goals, and that was the difference to lose the game. Bravos de Juárez scored the second goal in the minus 71, while Aviles Hurtado scored the second goal by a penalty, and they put the motion to the game in the last 30 minutes of the game, or the last 40 minutes of the game, where Bravos were attacking, where they just needed 1 goal to force the penalty shootout, but unfortunately, Bravos couldn't score a goal, even though I told you that they have 2 goal opportunities in the last 10 minutes of the game, but they couldn't score. And like the last play of the game, where one Bravos player had the opportunity to score a goal, that player was inside the Colorado area, but he couldn't score a goal, and in the end Bravos unfortunately lost 2-3 and were eliminated. And in the last game of the day, America defeated 2-1 Atlas. About this game, America was the best team and they deserved the victory, but the problem is that America didn't play a very great football and they suffered more than one expected. America started to win the game when the minute 20 Eric Sanchez scored the first goal, the former Pachuca player, and they were leading 1-0 in the halftime. I told you America were leading, but they had some trouble when in the minute 59, Jose Rivaldo Lozano scored the equalizer, and in that moment America was suffering a lot. Was in that moment America were attacking more, they were dominating the game, and they were attacking, but they couldn't score a goal. And the minute 73, after a very great play, Henry Martin finished it and scored the second goal and lead the victory and got the victory to America 2-1, and they qualified to the round of 16. So what's next? Where they find the round of 16, where the game of this round will be played the next Monday and Thursday, August 12 and August 13, where the games of the round of 16 are the next. America against San Luis, where I think that America is going to qualify to the quarterfinals. Toluca against Colorado Rapids, where I think that Toluca is going to qualify to the quarterfinals. Seattle against Pumas, where I think that unfortunately Seattle is going to qualify to the quarterfinals, and LAFC against San Jose, where I think that LAFC is going to win this game and they will qualify to the quarterfinals. In the other side of the bracket, Cincinnati will play against Philadelphia, where I think that Cincinnati is going to win this game in penalty shootouts and they will advance to quarterfinals. My favorite team, Cruz Azul, will play against Mazatlán in this round, where I think that Cruz Azul finally is going to win one game and they will qualify to the quarterfinals. Tigres will play against New York City, where I think the Tigres won't have any problem. They will win this game by 2 or 3 goal difference and they will advance. And the last game will be Columbus against Miami, where I think that Columbus is going to win this game because they have better team and players than Columbus, and because Lionel Messi is not playing on Inter Miami. So in this video, talk about what happened tonight, where we played the last 10 games of the round of 32 games, where defined the last 10 games qualified to the round of 16, were defined, and the games will be played the next Monday and Thursday. This is all for tonight. See you next video. Gibran.